Have you ever wondered why the tomb of Moses, one of the most iconic figures in human history, remains elusive despite millennia of efforts to find it? Moses, revered by Christians, Muslims, and Jews alike, occupies a unique position as a leader, lawgiver, and prophet. Now, a recent claim by explorer Josh Gates has reignited the age-old mystery. Could his startling discovery of what he believes to be Moses' tomb beneath an artificial stone structure really change the narrative of history as we know it? What do the prophets say about such a revelation? And how might it influence the spiritual landscape of today? Prophecies often speak to hidden truths being revealed in due time. Could this be one such moment, foretold in sacred texts? If Gates's claim holds weight, the impact on religious communities worldwide will be profound, and the theological implications will be far-reaching. How might this discovery challenge or strengthen faith? Are we witnessing the unfolding of a prophecy? As we unravel the layers of this incredible claim, we invite you to reflect on the magnitude of such a finding. Stay with us as we dive deeper into the facts and mysteries surrounding this discovery. There's much more to come. Moses stands as a monumental figure in the annals of both religious and historical records. Revered by Judaism, Christianity, and Islam alike, he embodies the role of a prophet, leader, and lawgiver who, under divine instruction, liberated the Israelites from the bondage of slavery in Egypt. His life serves as a tapestry of miracles, woven with the unmistakable hand of God. Born into a time when Hebrew infants were condemned to death by Pharaoh's decree, Moses' survival in the Nile and his subsequent rise in the Egyptian royal household signified the early signs of God's providence. Later, in an encounter with the burning bush that was never consumed, God commissioned Moses to lead his people to freedom, a mission marked by miraculous interventions. Perhaps one of the most dramatic moments in biblical history is the account of the Exodus, where God, through Moses, unleashed 10 devastating plagues upon Egypt. Each plague, from turning the Nile into blood to the death of Egypt's firstborn sons, was a direct challenge to the Egyptian pantheon and Pharaoh's stubbornness. These plagues were not just punishments, they were divine declarations that Yahweh, the God of Israel, held supreme power over all earthly rulers and deities. The liberation that followed the final plague, the death of the firstborn, and the institution of the Passover remains a cornerstone of the Jewish faith and a symbol of God's redemptive power in Christian tradition. Moses' role didn't end with the Exodus. At Mount Sinai, he received the 10 Commandments, a legal and moral framework that has transcended cultures and faiths. These commandments not only formed the foundation of Jewish and Christian ethics, but have also influenced legal systems across the globe. The significance of these laws is that they reflect a divine moral order, reminding humanity that justice, righteousness, and mercy stem from God's will, not just human tradition. However, despite the grandeur of his leadership, Moses' journey with the Israelites was fraught with challenges. Their 40-year wandering in the wilderness was both a trial of faith and a period of deep instruction. Although Moses himself would not set foot in the promised land, he guided a generation, serving as a mediator between God and his often rebellious people. His role as a leader, arbiter, and teacher exemplified the burdens and responsibilities of divine leadership. The mystery surrounding Moses' final resting place has intrigued scholars and adventurers for centuries. Although he was permitted to view the promised land from Mount Nebo, God did not allow him to enter it, and the location of his burial remains unknown, adding an element of divine mystery to his story. Modern explorers like Josh Gates have taken up the quest to uncover Moses' tomb, continuing the age-old fascination with this great prophet. Moses remains a towering figure in both religious and historical contexts, deeply impacting the faith and leadership of millions throughout history. His life, marked by a close relationship with God, is celebrated for its extraordinary devotion, faith, and courage as he led the Israelites out of Egypt and into freedom. The biblical narrative presents him as a model of unwavering trust in God's will, standing as a symbol of resilience even when faced with overwhelming challenges. His leadership transformed a people bound in slavery into a nation set apart for God, and his faith journey has inspired countless generations to pursue righteousness and obedience. The importance of Moses in shaping the spiritual foundations of Judaism, Christianity, and Islam underscores the breadth of his influence, resonating across religious and cultural lines. In the final chapter of his life, Moses' journey took a poignant turn as he was shown the promised land from Mount Nebo, yet was prohibited from entering due to a past transgression. This moment is one of profound humility and submission to God's will, highlighting his deep understanding of divine justice and mercy. His mysterious burial by God himself adds an extraordinary layer to Moses' legacy, serving as both a historical and spiritual enigma. The fact that no human knows the exact location of Moses' grave is a testament to the sacredness surrounding his final days, inviting continued reverence and mystery. Modern archaeology, driven by both faith and curiosity, has continued the search for Moses' final resting place. The work of explorer Josh Gates and his team highlights this enduring mystery, particularly the efforts to locate Moses' tomb. While traditional beliefs have situated his burial site near Mount Nebo, recent explorations near the Sea of Galilee have called into question this long-held assumption. The discovery of a submerged dolmen, a large stone structure associated with ancient burial practices, has sparked new interest. Although no direct evidence links the dolmen to Moses, it introduces intriguing possibilities and opens the door for further research, intertwining the past with modern investigative technology. Technological advancements such as ground-penetrating radar, drones, sonar, and 3D mapping have played a significant role in pushing the boundaries of this search. These tools provide unprecedented insights into submerged landscapes and hidden archaeological sites, offering glimpses into ancient practices and structures. However, the challenges faced by these explorations, strong currents, poor visibility, and the sheer scale of the area remind us that the search for Moses' tomb is not merely about uncovering a location, but about deepening our understanding of his spiritual and historical legacy. The enduring mystery of Moses' final resting place speaks to the profound spiritual significance of his life and death. This ongoing quest inspires believers and scholars alike, not just in the pursuit of answers, but in the deeper journey of faith that Moses himself embodied. His legacy reminds us that some mysteries are meant to draw us closer to God, inviting us into a space of reverence, awe, and continued exploration of the divine truths that shaped his life. Moses stands as one of the most influential figures in the history of faith, his life intricately woven into the fabric of biblical, religious, and historical traditions. Revered by Jews, Christians, and Muslims alike, Moses represents the embodiment of leadership, faith, and divine purpose. He led the Israelites out of slavery in Egypt, through the perils of the wilderness, and toward the cusp of the promised land, all while demonstrating unwavering devotion to God. His leadership was not just political but deeply spiritual, guiding a nation that struggled to trust God and adhere to his commands. Moses' intimate relationship with God, marked by numerous divine encounters, most notably the reception of the 10 Commandments on Mount Sinai, illustrates a profound connection between man and the divine. His life, from the rescue as a baby from the Nile River to the miracle of parting the Red Sea, symbolizes courage and faith that transcend time and religious boundaries. His story remains a testament to the power of faith and the belief that God's guidance will prevail, no matter the obstacle. As Moses approached the end of his journey, after 40 years of leading a wandering nation through the desert, he was brought to Mount Nebo. From this vantage point, he was granted a view of the promised land, a land he would never enter due to an earlier transgression. Despite this, his vision was a significant moment, as it reaffirmed the fulfillment of God's promise to the Israelites. The fact that Moses, after decades of hardship and faithful service, was shown the land but denied entry serves as a powerful reminder of both the justice and mercy of God. It reminds believers that while God is faithful to his promises, Even the most faithful of servants are not exempt from the consequences of their actions. This moment, rich with spiritual and theological depth, encapsulates the tension between divine mercy and judgment and invites reflection on the broader themes of sin, grace, and the fulfillment of God's plan. Moses' burial, shrouded in mystery, adds another layer of intrigue to his legacy. According to the Bible, it was God himself who buried Moses in an unknown location. This divine act of burial underscores the sacredness of Moses' life and death, while also ensuring that no shrine or monument would be erected to idolize him. This mysterious burial has fueled centuries of speculation and exploration, with many searching for Moses' final resting place. Traditionally, it is believed that Moses was buried somewhere near Mount Nebo, but the precise location remains unknown. This enduring mystery continues to capture the imagination of both believers and scholars, blending the historical and the spiritual into a quest that transcends time. In modern times, the quest to uncover Moses' tomb has been reignited by explorers like Josh Gates, who have used advanced technologies to investigate potential burial sites. The search has extended beyond Mount Nebo to other possible locations, including areas near the Sea of Galilee. Recent archaeological expeditions, employing cutting-edge tools such as ground-penetrating radar, drones, sonar, and 3D mapping, have contributed significantly to the ongoing investigation. These technologies offer the potential to uncover clues that ancient explorers could only dream of, and their application represents the intersection of faith and science in the quest to solve one of the Bible's greatest mysteries. The mystery of Moses' tomb is no longer just a question of religious lore but a challenge to modern archaeology, inviting new perspectives and methods to an ancient story. One of the most significant discoveries during recent expeditions was a large dolmen, a prehistoric stone structure often associated with burial sites. The dolmen, found submerged near the Sea of Galilee, has sparked interest among archaeologists, as it could represent an ancient burial practice. While there is no direct evidence connecting the dolmen to Moses, its discovery opens the door to new possibilities in the ongoing search. The dolmen itself adds a fascinating dimension to the broader narrative of Moses' burial, symbolizing how the past continues to surface through modern exploration, even if the direct link to Moses remains elusive. This discovery underscores how each new find, even if not definitively tied to the prophet, deepens our understanding of the ancient world in which he lived and worked. The expedition to uncover Moses' tomb has not been without its challenges. Strong currents, poor underwater visibility, and the sheer vastness of the search area have made the mission difficult. Despite these obstacles, the search continues, driven by a combination of faith, curiosity, and scientific inquiry. The persistence of these explorers mirrors the perseverance Moses exhibited throughout his life. His journey was marked by trial after trial, yet he remained faithful to God's call. Similarly, the search for Moses' final resting place represents not just an archaeological endeavor, but a testament to the enduring power of faith and the desire to uncover the truth. Ultimately, the search for Moses' tomb is more than a historical or scientific pursuit, it is a spiritual journey. The quest to find where Moses was buried resonates with the deep sense of mystery and awe that surrounds his life and legacy. Moses was a man chosen by God for a divine mission, and his life story is one that continues to inspire believers to seek out God's purpose in their own lives. The mystery of his final resting place only adds to the aura of reverence surrounding him, symbolizing that some aspects of the divine will always remain beyond human understanding. Moses' story holds timeless significance, offering lessons on leadership, faith, and the profound ways God works through human history. His life challenges believers to trust in God's plan, even when the path is unclear, and to lead with humility and courage in the face of adversity. The search for his tomb may continue to puzzle archaeologists and explorers, but perhaps the real treasure lies not in the discovery of his final resting place, but in the spiritual truths his life reveals. His legacy of faithfulness, courage, and devotion to God endures, reminding us that while our physical journeys may end, the spiritual legacy we leave behind is eternal. As we reflect on Moses' life, leadership, and legacy, we are reminded of the power of faith to shape not only individual lives but the course of history. Whether or not his tomb is ever found, Moses' influence will continue to inspire and challenge future generations. The ongoing quest for his tomb, much like his leadership of the Israelites, symbolizes the enduring journey of faith, a journey that requires patience, persistence, and an unwavering trust in God's promises. His life, death, and the mystery of his burial stand as a testament to the enduring mystery and majesty of God's ways.